Hi guys, from inside my car. So Brennan, why are we inside my car?
Because we just picked little buddy up from the vet. So here's Arlo with his first cone ever.
Look at him. So Arlo just got neutered.
Yeah.
Yep, today is his 6-month birthday and we've been giving him all of his vaccinations that he's been needing, and today was the big day to get neutered.
So he got he got a neutering, but he also had an umbilical hernia from birth, so we had to get that like surgically fixed today too. And then while they were in there, we got the microchip done. So now in case you get lost.
And he is not used to that cone whatsoever. He's probably pretty sore, so we need to get him home right now.
Yeah, I was like surprised to see how much energy he had. I expected him to kind of be half asleep, but
oh, Arlo.
Here he is.
Look at that little face.
Okay, he needs some water.
So we're by SeaWorld. Poor little Arlo. He's just so confused of what's going on, and he's probably pretty uncomfortable. He was very excited to see us though. So excited that he peed all over my lap and my phone. But
It was all over your phone too.
Yeah, he peed all over every part of me.
Well, that's payback for when I was trying to go to bed one night and I thought Calvin came up to snuggle behind me and he just peed all over me in the bed.
That was hilarious. That wasn't recent. That was right after we brought him home.
That's payback.
Oh, Arlo. He hasn't eaten anything at all today because he couldn't eat before his surgery. So he's probably pretty starving and again, probably uncomfortable.
Ooh.
Hi, Arlo. You okay? We just gave you some lunch. Finally.
Sorry about his gross looking beard. Like I tried to feed him his food, but it just got stuck in his cone, and so it was him just licking the food out of his cone.
He looks so miserable, but this is Brennan's setup over here for him to be as comfortable as possible. Have all of his little stuffed plush friends here. He has his carrot and his watermelon, his Mr. Krabs over there, and then his lamb chop. So hopefully we can get this guy nice and comfortable, right buddy? Oh, look at that little face. Him in a cone is just the saddest thing in the world. Him trying to eat and drink out of this and knocking around the kitchen furniture. It's a little bit sad, but he'll feel better. So now that we've picked up Arlo and Brennan's gonna be watching after him for a little bit, I'm gonna go do what I needed to do today, which is to go get a coronavirus test. I'm passing by SeaWorld again because the testing location for coronavirus is the Orange County Convention Center, which is on the other side of SeaWorld. Now this may seem completely monumentally out of left field to go get a coronavirus test, but I do have some upcoming plans, and in order to do that with a clear conscience, getting this test would really put my mind at ease. So the testing is actually done in that little parking garage over there, but to get there I have to go around to the entirety of the convention center. So there's what I believe is the front of the convention center, and I have to go all the way around because of the long lines that can form for COVID-19 testing. And I know so much about this because I've already been tested for COVID-19 about a month and a half ago or so, back in July. So Brennan came into contact with a coworker who eventually did test positive for COVID-19 about a month and a half ago, and just for the peace of mind, we decided to go ahead and go get tested together. We got the antibody test as well, and we tested negative for both. We got those results back very, very quickly, and it was a very interesting experience, and I didn't want to film it because I didn't want to sensationalize it for the entertainment of it, because there really is no entertainment with this. This is a very serious situation, but I did want to kind of show it off this time because this is a little bit more of a casual experience to try to get tested for this, again, for the peace of mind. See, there's the garage that I was talking about way over there, and when we got tested back in July, it was about a 2.5 hour process, I'm pretty positive, to get tested, and right now there seems to be really nobody here at all. So that is good in terms of getting an expedited test. This is actually going to be pretty bizarrely expedited considering how long it took last time. But again, no complaints because that was a long process in the sun. So I made it inside the garage. This is where the line ends, and this is the paperwork they gave me to fill out so they can get me my test results back as soon as possible. This is going to be a very quick experience, and I am pretty optimistic about it. So I'm currently up next to get my COVID-19 testing. They're basically going to take a very long Q-tip and just kind of stick it up into each one of my nostrils. It's very uncomfortable and it feels like they're tickling your brain almost, but it's more comfortable than getting the antibody test where they take your blood. I really wasn't anticipating that last time, but I went ahead and I did it, and it cleared the conscience a little bit just knowing that I was negative for the virus, so that's good. All right, and I just finished my test. It took all of about 5 seconds. They put up some interesting barricades in here to make sure you go slow through the garage. I had to go all the way up to the top of the garage and then all the way back down to exit, but I did it. I'm done. I got my COVID test and I'm pretty positive I know the results, It's hopefully gonna be negative. It's definitely gonna be negative, but it'll be good to know. And now I'm exiting the garage and back out onto International Drive, and that was it. That took literally 20 minutes. So I made it back home. We're out on the balcony right now, all of us, including Calvin and Farley, and then Arlo way over there.
I feel like he's a ghost that's like haunting me.
That poor little puppy. He has enough energy to walk around and try to engage, but he's just sticking his tongue out and just kind of
he actually
laying
has
around.
no energy. Like he's still waiting for his anesthesia to wear off, but
he's been following us around for the most part.
he's like fighting through the sleepy.
I just feel bad because he's so not used to that cone at all, and he keeps smacking it on furniture. So I'm about to have some lunch because I have really not eaten a lot today, and I just got back from my test. I don't know whether to feel proud or a little bit insulted, but my nurse said that I had the perfect nose for the test, so I don't know what that means, but it probably means I have a big ol' honker, but I'm totally used to that. But okay, gonna enjoy this lunch, and then I have some camera stuff to update you on if that's something that you're interested in, and then I can tell you why I got the test and why today, randomly. So actually right now we're outside and it's kind of starting to rain. Arlo just took a little potty break because he hasn't really been able to go to the bathroom since this morning. And I don't think we showed off he's all wrapped around this tree, isn't he?
Yeah.
We never showed his collar that we got him. So this is his collar that looks like he's Scrappy-Doo or something, and there's his little name tag that says Arlo. And here he is, doing his best.
Yeah.
Getting dirt in his little cone.
I put the collar on because his harness kind of reaches his like umbilical surgery spot, so I didn't want the fabric of it to like rub up against the little hernia spot.
No, it makes sense, and this is a familiar area because this is where we took him back when he had his parvo situation. So hopefully he's good when it comes to going to the vet for a little bit. But he's been such a trooper these past few months, and he's 6 months old today. What a big boy.
Happy 6 months. I'm so sorry.
Arlo isn't the only baby in the family because Calvin is about 9 months old. Now, 9 months or 10 months old. He's still under a year old, and he is just growing up so fast, and I love him so much. And I wanted to show this off because this is what I did as soon as I got back inside, because a couple weeks ago we went to go camping, and I mentioned that I don't really care for s'mores with regular chocolate. So I made fudge a couple days ago, and I just made a s'mores with these giant marshmallows and these pieces of fudge, and they were incredibly, ridiculously unhealthy, but delicious. But I did want to show this off as well, because this is kind of what I've been waiting to show off for a little bit. I've been waiting for a lot of these pieces to come in. So I'm on the G7X Mark II right now that I'm filming on, and this is the Canon M50 that I got a little bit ago. I had a Sigma lens. I ended up returning that because it was just massively heavy. It had a fixed focal length, so it just really wasn't doing me any favors as far as vlogging out of the parks. It had an incredible aperture, and I'm going to miss it quite a lot. But as far as what I actually want to use out of the parks, Farley's also here. Hello, Farley. I got this lens. This is a Canon lens. This is an 11 to 22 millimeter lens. It doesn't have the best aperture, but it does have image stabilization, which the Sigma lens did not have. But this is pretty much a wide angle lens, so this is exactly what I'm going to need in the parks, or just in general. A wide angle lens with image stabilization is going to be a really good accomplice? An accessory, that's the word, for this camera. I got this D4 Duo microphone for the camera. I don't know yet if I'm going to really be utilizing it that much because I'm not a big fan of external microphones. Honestly, I think they're really big and bulky, kind of obnoxious, and I'm the kind of vlogger that likes to walk around and be a little bit more less noticeable, I suppose, and kind of blend in. I don't like to have a camera with all the gizmos and gadgets and gimbals and microphones, and I like to have a camera that fits in a pouch or just hangs around my neck or something. And this is a filter. This is a filter for this lens. It's hopefully going to be pretty helpful in terms of colors and protecting it from the sun or potential scratches or anything like that. So this is going to be my setup for a little bit, probably going to mix and match with this somewhat, but ultimately I'm excited to kind of get this out and try it out quite a lot with the supervision of these cats and then this little guy down here who's still snoozing. Alright, so with all that being said, I'm going to do a little camera comparison. This is my Canon G7X Mark II. This is the Canon M50 with the kit lens, and then I also have the lens that I just bought, the 11 to 22 millimeter lens with the filter right there, the waterproof filter, and then the Deity Duo microphone. So this is what it looks like right here. This is the Canon G7X Mark II lens. And now I'm on the Canon M50. This was the Canon G7X Mark II. So this is what the Canon M50 looks like with the 15 to 45 millimeter kit lens that comes with the camera. Wow, I am looking at myself in the viewfinder over here. This is incredible. This is the wide angle 11 millimeter lens. That made so much of a difference. I was really hesitant to get an 11 millimeter lens when I already had a 15 millimeter lens, but this makes a massive difference. My arm is just comfortably extended right now, and I'm just, there's so much room here. Wow. All right, so I combined the final couple accessories that I have for the Canon M50. This is the Deity Duo microphone that I have on top of the M50 right now, and I don't really care for external microphones. Like I said, the internal ones usually work fine for me, but this one is not the best with wind, so I may have to use the Deity Duo. And what this is essentially is pretty much what it sounds like, where you can record from in front and behind the camera, which I do quite a lot around the parks and just in my normal life. But this filter for the camera, this is going to be really beneficial in protecting the lens from weather and scratches and the sun, ideally, like I've said. So I do like the setup a lot, and I'm excited to try it out. And everything that I got, I guess I really like. I really love this wide angle lens. I love that so much. This microphone, I'll have to see. I'll have to try to figure it out. And if you're curious what that setup looked like that I was just using, this is it. There's the viewfinder and the lens with the filter, the microphone on top, and the Canon M50 body. So it's a little bit bigger and bulkier than I'm used to, but it's still not as bad as the Sigma lens was in terms of the weight and the bulkiness. This on top, we'll see. But this part right here, I love that quite a lot. All right, back on the G7X Mark II. I'm in the back bedroom. It's starting to get dark outside, but I wanted to go and talk about why I did go get that COVID-19 test today. And the reason is that I want to go home to Pensacola, Florida, which is about a 7-hour drive, around an hour-and-a-half flight back home. And I've been wanting to go home for a while now. And my brother, who lives in Atlanta, Dennis, his apartment recently burned to the ground, and he was not able to salvage anything except his cell phone because his renter's insurance only covered personal liability. So he went back to Pensacola, and he's been there for a couple weeks now with my mom and my dad, who are kind of in their own bubble there, and I've been missing them so much, and they've been dropping so many hints that they want to see me and to hang out by whatever means appropriate, and I've been putting that off and avoiding it, honestly, almost, just because that's a stigma that I didn't really want to mess with in terms of what's necessary right now in today's climate to tempt that, I suppose. And I've been thinking about it a lot recently, and I've been missing them quite a lot, and I'm not really doing much here in Orlando. I've been kind of going to the parks and just having that be what I do now to keep myself busy and entertained, and I've been trying to come up with a lot of different ways to do that, to a lot of success. But I've been having an incredible time recently, but I do miss my parents. They were supposed to come down here. We were going to stay at the Animal Kingdom Lodge over at Disney literally right before the shutdown, and that didn't happen, and it's been a while since I've seen them, and I miss them a lot. So I wanted to try to come up with a way to do that in a way that could be justified, and I realized that this is a very subjective idea to try to follow through with, and the scrutiny and the judgment for this, I'm pretty prepared for it, but I'm doing what I think that I can in order to make this happen. So I went and I got a COVID-19 test today, and I'm going to wait at home until those results come in, and presuming that they're going to be negative, I'm going to rent a car, and I'm going to drive back to Pensacola, have as little contact as absolutely possible between here and getting back to Pensacola, which is going to be about a 7-hour drive or so. And then I'm going to hang out there for just a few days. I'm not going to stay there that long. I don't really know yet, but I'm planning to fly back from there to Orlando. And that's kind of my plan, renting a car and taking a road trip by myself. Brennan can't because she is at work kind of consistently, and she already took a bunch of time off because her birthday is coming up in a little over a week now, and we already planned to do something fun for that. So I have to be back before her birthday, so that's kind of the idea with that. But she absolutely wants to come to Pensacola as soon as possible, where we can go to the beaches and we can really enjoy our time on the bars there And we had a lot of plans for that too, and that didn't really happen, and I'm sure that plenty of people had plenty of plans that just fell through and didn't work out, but here we are, trying to make it work, right? So there's that. I think I'm gonna go and end the video here because this isn't really like a home vlog. This was just like a lot of stuff is happening at once. I wanted to show you Arlo's neutering because that's relevant and kind of take you along for that COVID experience. Again, not to really showcase it or anything like that as if it's an entertaining thing to see, but just wanted to kind of, again, because this channel is my journal, more or less, so to be able to document that in a certain way, it's gonna be cool to look back on all of this. I'm hoping, and I'm then showing off my new camera setup for the most part, and then hopefully going back home. So I will continue that video once I get my results back, which I have no possible idea why they wouldn't be anything but negative, but I'm gonna wait until they come back. So I'll see you in, well, for you, in just a second. Hi again. So a few days have passed. I've got my test results. I am negative for COVID-19, so hooray!
Hooray!
Thanks. So I am going back to Pensacola. Brennan is about to drop me off at a car rental place. I'm gonna hop in a car and then drive the around 7-hour drive back to Pensacola for about a week or so, and then I'm gonna be flying back to Orlando just in time for this one's birthday.
Yay!
So Brennan just dropped me off at the car rental place. It seems like they primarily rent out trucks, so I'm having to wait a little bit for an economy car, which is what I'm driving back to Pensacola, but it's okay because I have some breakfast to enjoy while I wait. I have some cantaloupe Pop-Tarts and fruit snacks, as well as some coffee here. These are some snacks I have for later on. Today I have some cookies and Chex Mix and Gatorade. There's a Sprite down there. I'm bringing back some fudge that I made to my mom. Hopefully it doesn't melt out here in the sun while I wait, but hopefully it should just be a little bit and I will be on the road to Pensacola. All right, and about an hour and a half later, a little bit more actually, this is what I'm driving back to Pensacola. This is a Mitsubishi Outlander. I'm pretty positive. Got all my stuff in here and I am ready to go back to Pensacola. This is gonna be awesome. And hello again, I've made it to Gainesville, which is about 2 hours out of Orlando into my, what's probably gonna be around 7 hours total for the trip. So it's 2 hours to Gainesville, about 2 hours to Tallahassee, and then about 3 hours to Pensacola. So I'm here for lunch, and this is one of those places that has 2 different restaurants inside. I'm kind of at a gas station, I suppose, right off the interstate. So I got a beverage from Dairy Queen, right back over here, and then I got a sandwich from Arby's, which is over here. These are 2 places that I never really get to go, so I'm kind of excited to indulge in this and then get back on the road. Hi, checking in again at a rest stop. I've almost made it to I-10, Interstate 10. I've been taking I-75, Interstate 75 ever since I made it off of the Turnpike, so I'm getting pretty close. After I get on I-10, it's pretty much a straight shot all the way down the Panhandle back to Pensacola. It was nice to stop off in Gainesville. That's where the University of Florida is. That's where I went to college. And just thinking about it, it would have been around this time, exactly 10 years ago, back in 2010, that I would have been moving to Gainesville to start college. So that's kind of cool, I think, but now it's time to hop back in the car and get back on the interstate. Hello again from Tallahassee. So I've made it to Tallahassee. This is about a little bit more than halfway into the trip to Pensacola. And I am super excited for that because I have not driven this far in a long time and I'm a little bit rusty, but I wanted to make sure that I could still drive long distances. The last time that I actually drove to Pensacola was several years ago, believe it or not. And it's kind of a funny story because I made it to Pensacola and I was gonna drive, I believe, back to New Smyrna Beach on the coast, but my car broke down in Tallahassee during that trip and I was with my brother Dennis and we had to leave the car at a dealership and we ended up having to catch a ride to the beach, and Vernon and I had to hop on a bus to take that back to Tallahassee to get my car when it was ready to drive it back to Orlando, and it was an ordeal, and it was not very fun at all, and that's why I've rented a car for this trip, just to, for the reasons that I've already mentioned in this video, for the minimalized exposure of it, but then also just to make sure I can get a car that can get me to Pensacola safe and sound in one piece and as quickly as possible, and then I can fly back. But passing through Tallahassee does bring back a lot of those memories, but I'm ready to end this trip. I still have about 3 hours to go and 200 miles. All right, check it in one more time before I make it to Pensacola. I'm at a rest stop about a little bit less than 100 miles away from Pensacola, and I love this rest stop because it's like secluded back in the woods instead of just right adjacent to the interstate. So just getting out to stretch the legs and I should be home soon. I did mention, or I did not mention, I guess I'm gonna mention right now, I did tell Dennis that I'm coming up because Dennis is at home and I'm gonna try to surprise my parents. I haven't really figured out the logistics of that. Dennis is probably gonna pick me up from the airport, which is where I'm gonna return the rental car, and then we'll head back to the house and maybe he'll let me in the back door. I don't know yet, but I am almost there, just about an hour and a half until Pensacola. And about 7 hours later, I've made it back to Pensacola. I'm about to head out to meet up with Dennis. I'm at the Pensacola International Airport right now, so I'm just heading to I think the arrival terminal, probably, for the airport, so I can meet up with Dennis and then head home and say hi to my parents for the first time in I don't even know how many months. And here I am inside of a car right outside of Pensacola International Airport, which is gonna be a pretty familiar sight in about a week when I have to fly back home. And look who this is!
Hi.
Hi. This is Dennis, wearing a mask.
Trying to keep your subscribers safe.
Oh, thank you, Dennis. Now, there's a decent amount of new subscribers, so if you don't know, this is Dennis. He's my brother. He doesn't normally have this intense of a hair situation, but he's just being himself. Right, Dennis?
For those who don't remember me, how about now?
Hey, how you doing?
Hey!
Well,
Surprise!
That's a damn surprise, man. Gee.
Good to see you, dude.
Hey, good to see you, man.
You called me when I was in Gainesville. I drove today. The whole way.
You did?
Mm-hmm.
So where's your car?
I rented the car.
No, where's it at?
The airport.
Oh, okay, so you get a fly back.
Get a fly back, yeah.
Hey, well, that's wonderful. Hey, is this a surprise for Mom, too?
Mm-hmm. Hi, Dennis.
Hi, Roy.
How are you doing?
Pretty good.
So, do you want to tell me your story? Why are you here in Pensacola?
Why am I here in Pensacola? Because I love my parents.
There
Because my apartment complex burned down.
it is.
And it wasn't my fault.
Was it?
No, it was not.
What did happen with that?
We think like an HVAC unit exploded on the roof or something.
That's a bummer.
Yep.
Did you get any of your stuff?
Nope. Well,
Whoops.
I got my phone. That's about it.
There you go. That's all you need. You need some more stuff, but we're gonna set you up with some more stuff, right?
Oh.
Your hair looks awesome, and here we are at home. I don't know how much you just got of that. I just threw my camera at you so you could try to get Dad's reaction. So we'll see if any of that is salvageable. But the main surprise is definitely going to be for my mom, who is over with my grandma currently. So she'll be coming home, and she's gonna be having a pretty good surprise, right, Dennis? Cool. We're probably gonna be playing some basketball. Ooh, I haven't opened my mouth in like 8 hours, so I'm gonna be stumbling all over my words. And here's, thank you, Dennis. And here's our beautiful, beautiful home. The past few times I've been here, it's been December, so it's been a little bit colder, but now I'm here in September, so it's gonna be nice and hot, right?
Yep.
So now we're in the backyard, and Dennis spotted that I brought some fudge home, and he's going to give it a taste test and judge it, because he's a culinary expert, right, Dennis?
Aromas of chocolate and sugar.
I don't know how you can do chocolate, sugar, and butter bad, but we'll see.
Well, you succeeded
Is it good?
in being bad.
What?
No, it's good.
Okay, good. Well, you scared me there for a second. But here's our backyard. Nice and beautiful. There used to be a lot more trees here, but this one's gone. This one is gone. I helped take this tree down, and I fell on my knee. That kind of sucked. That was a while ago. We have a nice, beautiful backyard here, right, Dennis?
Mm-hmm.
And you look gorgeous with the sun just glinting off of your beautiful locks.
Always have.
So, right now I'm hanging out in my childhood bedroom, which has become a little bit more floral than I remember. I'm unpacking my bags. I believe we're waiting for my mom to get home from my grandmother's assisted living facility so we can have dinner together and I can hopefully surprise her. It's about 5:45 right now, and I did go through a time change. So I went from the Eastern time zone to the Central time zone. So, it's been a very long day from waking up around 7 o'clock this morning Eastern time to try to rent a car, and then I ended up waiting about an hour and 45 minutes for that car, and then just driving straight through to Pensacola, which again was about 7 hours or so, more or less, because I did stop a few more times than I usually do, but I wanted to be nice and comfortable and safe coming home today because I have not made that drive in a long time, and I did it successfully, and it's still relatively early, and it's kind of throwing me off a little bit, but hopefully we can have dinner soon, and I can see my mama. So until Mom gets home, Dennis and I are gonna be playing some basketball outside. Oh, so close. So much has changed about this house. There used to be a post over here that I would put the camera to film our games. That's not there anymore. There's a new walkway that goes all the way around the back, which here I'm just gonna run and show it off. This is brand new. It leads into the back, and there's also a brand new patio back here that my dad was showing me off. There's 2 new bathrooms in the house. My parents just finished redoing all of the bathrooms and they're all really nice now, which is awesome. It's because I can't put the camera in its usual spot. I'm gonna try something a little bit different with a POV shot. Are you ready, Dennis?
Yep.
Okay. This probably means I'm gonna do terrible. Okay, ball is bouncing.
Am I allowed to defend right now?
No. Dang it, I said no. All right, so we're gonna try a POV in the other direction where I have the camera and I'm trying to defend against Dennis. How does that sound?
There's no way this works out.
Let's see. It's a little bit easier to watch. Probably less bouncy and confusing. Ooh. And nope. All right, so my mom should be getting home any minute, and we have a bit of a plan to surprise her that may or may not work out, so she's probably gonna be parking over here. We have two sides of our driveway, but she generally parks over here. So I'm gonna hide back there in the back. Dennis is gonna take the camera. He's gonna come over and greet her when she parks. She's gonna hopefully walk away. He's gonna pull out the camera. I'm gonna run over to stand by Dennis, and then he's gonna be like, hey mom, he's gonna get her attention. She's hopefully gonna turn around and then see me standing there. Will it work out like that? You're about to find out. Okay, so a bit of a change of plans. My mom's gonna be a little bit longer over at the assisted living facility with my grandmother. So because it's gonna be dark when she gets home, I'm just gonna be waiting in that chair. Dennis is gonna go, I think, just stand over there and film it. And we're just gonna catch her by surprise. And that sounds super simple, but hopefully it's surprising.
Roy Hornsby, oh my goodness!
Hi.
I'm just not believing myself. Roy! Is Brennan here too?
No, just me.
Oh my word, I can't believe this! Oh, Roy, I just can't believe this!
Wait, stand next to each
Roger
other.
Hornsby, you got this a surprise. I'm proud of you. He's not good at surprises.
No, you did a great job.
Oh my gosh, Roy.
Only Dennis knew about it.
Oh, Dad didn't know about it either?
No, I'm surprised him too.
Oh, no wonder you. I just can't believe this. I am so shocked. My heart's going 90 to nothing. My heart's go, oh my.
He looks over at the camera in the corner, just like, oh, I knew nothing.
I just can't believe it. I don't know, I'm so shocked. I just couldn't take it in.
Hi again from my bedroom. I'm pretty positive that I'm about to call it a night because I am very tired. Today was a pretty long day. It's probably been a pretty long video as well because this started with Arlo's neutering, and then I talked about my camera equipment. I went to get a COVID-19 test, and then now I'm in Pensacola, so a lot has happened in a pretty short duration of time, but it's been a whirlwind of fun, I suppose, because I've been wanting to come do this for the longest time, but I've just been so hesitant to do it, and I wanted to try to plan it, and I've already talked about this, but I wanted to do it in a way that was the most reasonably responsible way as possible as far as taking those precautions, and I feel pretty confident about it, and I know that's going to be scrutinized a little bit, but I don't know, just being able to hug my parents again is just, it's something that I've really needed for the past, it's something that I always need, but I've really needed it for the past few months without a doubt. So if I can come here and feel as safe as possible doing that and just spending a little bit of time here and then heading back to Orlando, then I'm happy. And this is just, it's been very therapeutic in many different ways for me personally. So I'm happy that I'm here, and I'm just excited to be back with my family, you know. And speaking of family, this is something that I can finally announce now because he officially, formally announced it. But my brother Travis and his wife Christine had a baby, which makes me and Dennis an uncle. We are uncles. I am an uncle now because my brother had a baby, and that's just pretty crazy to actually say out loud, but it happened. So that's exciting. That's so super exciting. Her name is Margot, and she was born on September the 4th. So happy birthday, happy birth, Margot, my niece. Right? Thank you for watching. This has been a weird video, but this is the part of the tagline where it's oyby theme park videos and other stuff too. This is the other stuff too. So thanks for sticking with me. Have a good day, and I'll probably see you at some point. I will see you. I'm gonna film some stuff later on this week. I just don't know what exactly. If I'm just gonna film like the big stuff that we end up doing, because we're probably gonna hang out around the house kind of a lot and just do projects here, play board games or something. But who knows, right? Okay, I'm tired and very delirious. I'll see you later. Have a good day. Goodbye.